You're about to listen to the award-winning Stuart Pedasso Show. This show is for biologically and emotionally mature audiences. If you should not be here, please go away. We'll still be here when you're mature enough to partake. Ooh-ah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Stuart Pedasso Show. I'm Dave, and just a quick minute to introduce this week's show. It's going to feature, as promised, audio from our trip to the Rochester Erotic Fest, and it was amazing. We had a great time. Talked to so many awesome people. In fact, so many people that not only are we going to get a second show out of this, I'm pretty sure we're going to get a third show. And if that is the case, the third show will have a little break in between. We have our interview with Matt Hungelis Netling, and the author of If It Sounds Like a Quack, a book you should just grab and read. It's awesome. But we're going to be interviewing Matt pretty soon, so we'll do a couple weeks of REAF, and then maybe take a break for a week and have a conversation with Matt, and then we'll come back and finish up. In theory, maybe we'll just slap it on our Patreon, the last part. We'll see what happens. But either way, you're going to get at least a couple weeks of some amazing conversation with folks we had from all different walks of life, and we had a blast. It was a really good time. And now that we know what it's like going back next year, the fun we will have. So here is some audio, and also for those folks who we met there who are listening in, just to let you know, in between little sections of meeting folks and talking with them, we'll play one of our famous bits, we call them, our commercials, in between, so you'll know when the section's done. Just a little something for you to have fun with. So thanks for tuning in, and enjoy the conversation.
My opinion would be, if there is, mutual eye contact and there is still nothing said, then it would be a little bit weird. But if you're looking at me, I'm looking at you, and then we're checking each other out, and then I say, hey, my name is so-and-so, right?
So what if, I'm like, all right, someone's walking by, we're not even making eye contact. Do I gotta look into someone's eyes? You know what I'm saying? Like that person that just walked by. Okay.
Well, I'm coming from a male perspective, and I would say no, because I welcome that, but I'm not a female as well. So,
yeah.
And and females have a different perspective on things, right? And what's comfortable, what's uncomfortable. And I think that outside of here, probably no,
of
right?
Course. And I would never ever, but
here, I don't know.
Seriously.
I feel like I'm not really sure. No? Okay.
No. Okay.
No.
So yes, but from my perspective,
From your perspective, it's fine.
Ogle away.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Cool.
And then we make eye contact.
And then we decide if it's cool or not,
Yeah.
right? That's how it works.
Okay, so here's a question that it was my plan to ask everybody who's on here. So just out of curiosity, we will not use this information at all. What's your safe word?
I've heard that before.
What's your safe word?
Well, if we're going to talk safe word, the one that I have heard and that I'm actually fond of is the word meatloaf.
Meatloaf.
See, she gave me one. Mine's pastrami.
Pastrami? Hey! Okay, yeah. And I can't take credit for that, but
meatloaf.
I do enjoy it. That does not come up in a sexual setting very much.
Unless you're into food play, but yeah, I hear you.
Yes.
That's true. You might have to change. If I end up getting into food play, I might have to change. Pastrami still is good.
That might be too high.
Now.
No, well, food play is great. For me, it's not too sticky, though. If we're going syrups and sundaes,
but if that's your safe word, though, you don't want to use food as a safe word if you're doing food.
Yeah.
I never thought of that. Thanks, Melissa.
You're welcome.
Now I keep your food play. I hope you're happy.
Okay. Well, it was nice talking to you both.
Thank you.
Dave and Melissa,
Huh?
What's your first name?
First name?
If you want. I'm just...
Well, they call me user 69753. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, that's good. good.
All
Cool.
right. You have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
You too. Thanks
Yes.
for stopping by.
Yep.
Oh, grab a card. Absolutely. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Give me a pseudonym or something.
You can do whatever you want.
Then
Yeah, but if your name's Bill and you say Bill, we're not going to know who Bill is.
He's
Okay.
Bill.
All right, Bill. Say Bill.
Thanks, Bill.
All right. If they have sex tonight and he goes, call me Bill, that would be awesome.
I hope he does.
Yeah.
I hope he
she
does.
screams Meatloaf, too.
Man.
Wouldn't that be awesome? It'd be like I'm in bed with him. This is a weird place. And I don't even have a wristband.
They were fun. Kathy's here.
Kath, can we ask you a question? This is a legit question.
Absolutely.
Oh, do you want to come on or should I hit pause?
Pause.
All right. Hitting pause, we're going to ask Kathy the question we just asked Bill. All right, we're back? We're back.
We're
okay.
back.
So, according to Kathy, she who wouldn't come on, basically, which is, to me, is just like in real life, don't be a creep.
Yeah, don't be a creep.
I mean, we've been saying that here on the Stuart Badesso Show for years.
Right.
Don't be a creep.
like there are like Kathy said, there are definitely people here. They're here
Yes.
because they enjoy being looked at. They enjoy it. And that's awesome. And
Or
then
even
good
if
for
you're
them.
just neutral about it, if you're
Yeah.
dressed.
Yeah.
I think this is in this. Oh God, I'm going to say this trying to be mildly funny, but it kind of serious. But it's a horrible thing. Look at how they're dressed. I think that kind of applies here, doesn't it?
Yes, it kind of does.
Not to touch. I'm just talking.
No,
looking.
no, of course not.
No.
Just looking. We're not
Right.
even talking touching. We're
No.
just talking looking and not being creepy about
absolutely.
looking.
So for example, we are in a really good spot. So our table is by this main door to come into the vendors area.
Right.
Even
And
if
it's
people-
also right by the pool.
Right, and even if people don't come by our table, like these awesome people,
Coming by our
dude's
table
got an
right
apron
now.
on. I wonder what he's doing. Anyway,
cool things.
even with that, I mean, we just get to watch people walking by out in the hallway, which is pretty amazing.
It is kind of awesome.
So, and being able to watch, one of the things I had been enjoying before I was swearing at all my cords
Right,
and
right.
computer shit, I was enjoying the one place we can actually see the other vendor is this corset business. What's with all this corset business? That's not what I meant.
Yes,
A business that sells corsets.
This woman makes corsets.
Steelbones.com is the. I don't know
And
if
she's really busy, so she probably won't
But-
be able to come over here, but that's okay. But it is steelbones.com.
So speaking of watching people, right, in a non-creepy way, watching people walk by in a non-creepy way, I've been enjoying watching people try on the corsets. That's been actually pretty cool. And again, not in a drooling, non-creepy way. I feel like I'm going to have to say that after
I
every
know,
sentence
I know.
now.
Not in the
But it was really neat watching folks, because I was literally seeing people literally finding joy in trying them on.
right. And
I was
it doesn't,
watching people.
Right.
I was seeing people after they were all in it.
all in the
Their
corset.
faces would like light up. It was really amazing.
You know what? Because I've discovered something in watching this. Everybody looks good in a corset.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's all sizes of people. Not all are women. Some are men folk.
oh
or,
yeah, even
Yeah,
the
yeah.
people who are male presenting. I don't
Yeah,
even know.
male presenting,
I think
maybe.
we got to be really careful in our words here, not because people will be mad, just to be accurate.
just to be accurate, but
Yeah,
people who look male presenting anyway,
Yeah.
are trying them on, and just everybody. Everybody looks really, really happy about it.
Would love to.
They look good.
We would love to have her sit down and talk with us, but maybe tomorrow as we're setting up or something.
Yeah, because
she's by
lucky for her,
herself
she's
and-
by herself, and she's been super, super busy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, without question. One of the
Okay,
busiest.
my favorite outfit just walked by. Remember we talked about it.
Yeah. It looked like suction cups to me, but it's not. I don't think it is. I think it's just glittery.
Yeah,
things.
she's all in. It's an all silver bodysuit, but it's got this weird texture to it that almost looks like suction cups. It's pretty dope though.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. It looks like it almost looks like you can cut yourself on it.
Maybe.
I'm just saying. So, well, that was it. See, we started talking, and now that I got it working, we got talking, and we kind of roped someone into Bill, our buddy Bill.
Our buddy Bill talked for a little bit.
Yeah. And his safe word's meatloaf.
All right.
Mine's pastrami.
Yours
I might
is
need a backup.
pastrami.
I'm really not into food play, though, to be honest with you.
I'm not either, but
Nah, it's not my jam.
get it?
Yeah,
You
get
just
it?
said
I did.
jam.
I didn't
You
mean to
said
do that.
food.
Sometimes it just puns ooze
You know what?
out
The
of
one
me.
thing, because we're right across from the pool,
Yeah.
and they do go in the pool and stuff. But there's a lot of people
Are there
walking.
people
Yeah,
Are there
'cause
people frolicking?
I can see some people frolicking in the pool, but it is interesting because people are walking around, and at this point, some people don't even have shoes on, and I it's weird. I'm thinking like,
You're really obsessed about this people with no shoes on here.
yeah, I don't know why,
Is it
but
the mom thing?
maybe I just feel like you might walk on something that's
Yeah,
not
well, that's
safe.
the mom thing, dude.
I think it is the mom thing.
Okay, it's not like ew, icky feet. It's like you could step on
Because
something.
like people are walking around half clothed, and that doesn't bother me. But walking around without shoes, I'm like, oh, like there's another person without.
See,
no
like I'm looking at
shoes.
someone right now who's so happy. She's looking at this corset in the mirror with a big smile on her face. She's so happy.
Yeah,
Anyway, so
yeah, it's nice.
and maybe it is. Maybe it's a mom thing. And so you should go out by the pool and tell people not to run. You should be that person.
No, me.
No, I'm talking to her, Melissa. No.
We're a podcast. We're literally podcasting right now.
Okay.
If you,
I'm a first timer of this.
so are we
Whoa.
actually. We're first
So are we.
timers as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
can do this together then.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've been podcasting for many, many years, but this is our first time being here.
Okay,
Like
I was
this,
gonna
we've been doing for a lot of years.
first
You're
time
established.
Yeah, we
We were
have shit.
signed up to come last year, and then somebody got
That guy
COVID
got COVID.
the day
Oh,
before. So.
damn COVID.
Yeah, right. So we couldn't come.
Yep.
I've been toying with the desire of wanting to do podcasts.
So, what would you do a podcast about if you're going to do a podcast?
I am a social worker in Rochester.
Oh,
Yeah, so
okay, we're also from Rochester, so
Oh, okay.
that's fabulous.
Yeah, so but kind of like a little outside the box kind of social work. I think that people think everything comes from the books in college, and really like to be a social worker, it's
Nothing
just
does.
compassion.
Nothing
Like
does.
really, that is your first element:
Right.
is compassion, empathy, and realizing somebody else's culture and world is not yours to be had, and learn it and understand it, and you're good to go.
I love
being
that.
human. It's
I
just
love
being
social
human.
So, this is awkward as this may sound.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, being this social worker and you want to help people, and it's so altruistic, and so
They're going to help themselves.
No, I know, but West. So what's floating your boat here?
This is my alter ego.
Oh, yay!
This is where I get to be me. You know, when you're a professional, like
No,
you-
I know. That's
Yeah,
so
it gives me
what's-
freedom. It gives me
Alter ego.
space.
So from what you've seen so far, what's like? Oh my God, this is so awesome. What?
So I have to say, if I'm going to be vulnerably honest, when I first walked in, I was like anxious and just very like, I don't know if this is my space. I don't think I can do it. I don't know what to expect of this. And that's really the fear of everything that
Right,
stops
that's
you.
life in general.
Yeah, it's life in general. So as the night has rolled on, it is amazing people. You have a bunch of humans in one space that are just no judgment, you know, just chill.
This is a
It's
very
really just
judgment-free
chill.
free zone, and
Yeah.
I'm really digging the judgment-free zone here.
For sure.
Yeah, I love that.
So yeah, for somebody who thought they were like, I can go into any environment, it stopped me for a second. For sure. It stopped me for a second. But I'm still holding strong. I'm still holding strong.
Awesome.
So I got two quick questions.
Yeah.
All right. So one, if you don't mind, I'm
Not at all.
Dave, and this is Melissa.
I'm Crystal.
Crystal. Awesome. And then the question I'm trying to ask everybody who not walks by, because that
Yeah.
would be weird, but who's willing to stop and do this. So what's your safe word?
Oh, I'm still learning that.
Okay.
Yeah, still learning that, I have to say.
Well,
Okay.
if by sometime tonight, or if you're here tomorrow, are you here tomorrow?
No,
Okay.
just this is my first, like,
Okay, so sometime tonight,
come back and tell you.
come up with
I would
one,
probably say, like, red. I feel like if.
Red?
Yeah.
If it's the first thing that came to your head, then it's
Yeah,
red.
that
Red
would
is-
probably
red
be
it
like,
would be.
okay, everything's too much like red.
Okay.
Red.
My assigned one was pastrami.
Oh, that's a lot of syllables.
I signed it
I mean,
to
things are going
like,
to still happen while you're trying to say it.
Somebody was just here a minute ago. His was meatloaf. So there's a food thing going.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
I don't know. Red came, so that must
Then
be
that
it.
must be it.
And your second question?
No, it was your name.
Oh, Crystal. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a cool name.
That's all right.
That should probably be my safe word, but then he'd be screaming it too much, and I would be screwed.
That would be funny.
That's right.
You guys are so rad. Thank you. I'll be
Thank
checking
you for
in.
stopping
Cool.
by.
So that's Crystal.
Yeah, Crystal was cool. We liked her.
Yeah.
With her dude.
I'm down with social workers. All right.
I have to say, looking at people's outfits, it's funny because when we first got here early this afternoon, people were dressed up like, just like every Joe average person dressed up, and now everybody went to their hotel rooms and got their sexy gear on.
Yeah.
So everyone's in their sexy gear now.
Well, and sexy, of course. I'm not. This isn't a big thing. It's like I'll use the term I use going back to the 1950s. What floats your boat is what you think is sexy is.
Right. But you could tell what your sexy gear is versus your not sexy gear.
Well, but I mean, like the folks dressed up with literally in dog costumes with a dog mask on. With a
that's
leash.
their sexy.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's their sexy.
That's their sexy.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Or they might be doing it not even thinking that they look sexy, but they feel sexy. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So remember when I was telling you
That no one was going to talk to us?
No,
okay.
No, I know about that. No, remember I was telling you earlier
I'm sorry.
that I knew that I had something weird happen. I'm like, I'll save it for the show.
Oh yeah. What?
Okay, because the person just walked by me.
Okay.
So, sorry, I just moved the thing.
All right.
So
we might have some people.
Oh, maybe we'll have people. Hi,
Hey, folks.
Hi there.
Hey.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Maybe not. Okay, so earlier, Dave and I was out in the hallway and heard a conversation, and I thought it was kind of funny. So, just like I guess any sexual type place type thing, there's like sexy rooms where the orgies happen.
Oh, the orgy rooms. Yeah.
There's orgy rooms and dungeons, and where
Right, yeah,
the sexy
there's a
dungeon
there's
where,
dungeon rooms too,
where
yeah.
you have to have like a certain pass to get in
Yes.
there. You have to have gone to like a couple of different classes within this, which I think is actually pretty cool. Like
It's like skydiving. You can't jump out of a plane
you
until
can't. You got to take the right classes.
Yeah,
so
and you got to learn how to land. As soon as you hit the ground, you have to roll. You have to, or else you'll break your knees.
just
right?
like that.
Yeah, that's.
So I'm out there and I'm walking by and I see these two couples like walk right to each other and like shake hands, say hi or whatever, like they were old friends or something. And then I realized when one of them one of them said something about, oh, we met in the dungeon. What was your names again? Like, and then they said something like, oh, that's right, we don't say names. I'm like,
that's right.
So basically, I just ran into these two couples that probably just had sex in the dungeon room, but they, didn't know each other's names. So like, oh yeah, what was your name? Oh no, we don't have names.
Are those rooms open now?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, you'd have to look at the schedule. I thought I wasn't sure. Not that it matters. I was just
Yeah,
I thought it
this
was like an
earlier.
after all the performances were done kind of thing.
No, that shit's going on like all day.
Oh, all right.
Oh yeah, people are having a sexy time all the day.
So there's people down in the dungeon right now as we speak, literally. As we speak.
Yes, the things that are going on in the dungeon right now as we speak are you definitely have to have the dungeon validation pass.
Yes, you need a dungeon. I saw that.
Yes.
I do not have it. I do not have a dungeon validation
we don't.
pass.
And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with other people enjoying themselves in their dungeon ways, but not my thing. So anyway, yeah, good times.
Good time. So I have as I'm looking at badges, or whatever you want to call them, the numbers, I'm seeing numbers like over 600. So I'm guessing there's over 600 people who have bought tickets or whatever, plus the vendors, plus the performers. So let's just round this out. Let's say there's 1,000 people here. Are you okay with that for now?
Wow, that could be.
This isn't a test, okay? There's no math involved in this. Well,
Right,
there is
right,
math
right,
involved
right.
in this, actually. So
Well, I
let's
just saw one that said 690. The one
Right.
person
So
who just walked
with
by us.
that and vendors and performers and volunteers, and let's say there's 1,000 people. Let's make it an even number, okay? So out of 1,000 people are here right now in this building,
Right.
how many of you think will have butt plugs in?
Right now, like
Yup.
just like walking around,
by, yup,
walking around with
yup.
a butt plug.
These two, could be these two. Who knows?
I could see that.
Yeah. So how many do you think out of 1,000?
Jeez.
Take a guess.
I'm gonna go with 50.
50?
At least 50.
At least. Well, that's not okay. All right. If you're gonna, not that this is like
There's no way for us to find these.
Oh, I know
this
that. There's
information
no
out,
way to know.
but-
There's no. Even if we had a magic 8-ball, it wouldn't tell us.
But there's been some very interesting people that have who have walked by, and
I'll
I
tell you
can
this.
see it.
I will almost bet a lot of money on. I bet it's not zero.
Oh, I'm sure. I would definitely bet money on it's not zero.
Right. That's another question I'll ask. I'll do the safe word question. I'll ask. We estimate there's 1,000 people here. How many do you think have butt plugs in right now?
Oh, that's a
That'll
good
be a
question.
good question.
That is a good one. Well,
Okay.
that'll be the next question.
We're damn. All right, that was the whip. If you heard that was the whip guy. Yeah, I'm watching. They just, man, people are just digging these corsets. It's
I know.
just awesome.
It's so nice.
Yeah, I love it. That's so cool.
Of course, it's for everybody.
Yeah, well, a lot of people, I guess, are into it.
Oh, I see somebody else who has a Gonzo tattoo.
Has a what?
A Gonzo tattoo.
Oh, I didn't know.
Hunter S. Thompson Gonzo. Gonzo tattoo.
Okay. I didn't know it was specific.
Yep, Gonzo.
Okay.
I see it.
Okay, I get it. I see. I'm with you.
Hi.
Hey, how are you? Good.
We're doing a podcast. You want to talk?
You could just say hi.
You could just say hi.
It's up to you. I mean, I don't know what
Anybody.
question. I don't know what
Well,
question.
we'll do that. We'll just do the regular. So, for us, this is literally our first time at REAF. Have you been to this before?
I haven't been to this one,
Okay.
but I have been to one before.
Okay.
So
this is
I'm-
our first one.
So I'm kind of aware of what goes on. I've been in the kink community for about maybe 6 years now.
Okay.
So I'm kind of like a little kind of cross-dressing, kind of like exploring, kind of. So
that's
I mean,
awesome.
I have knowledge about like a lot of things. So like a little bit.
What's your say? One of the questions we're asking everybody is what their safe word is.
My safe word? Well, I mean,
Or do you have a safe word?
I don't, but I mean,
What would it be?
Yeah, if people don't have one, we're trying to help them. This is our public service. We're trying to
Oh,
help
okay.
people develop a safe word.
I mean, you could do like something like peanuts if you really wanted to.
Oh my God, another one.
Peanuts
Food.
is good.
I mean,
Food. Well,
yeah.
we've had a few foods.
Out of 4 so far, 3 of them have been food.
3 of them have been
Food.
okay.
We have peanuts, meatloaf, and pastrami.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. I could probably see pastrami because I mean, like meat. You know, a lot of women and meat. You know,
Well,
like
I
mean, I don't know. It could be. I mean,
Could be.
This is weird. I mean, I've never been on a podcast before. But, I mean, I don't know.
It's just talking. It's
No,
really,
I know.
I was just talking.
No, I know, but I mean, I'm open to anything. I mean, I'm pretty much an open book. So, like I mean, you can ask me any questions about
Any
anything.
questions? Just
Should I do the question we just
Yeah,
do?
the
All
other-
right.
the new
Okay.
one.
So we were sitting, as you were kind of hanging out. So kind of estimated, looking at the tags and stuff, there's 1,000 people here. Between all of the people who came as
Probably.
guests or whatever, we just get and the
Probably.
vendors and the
Oh, yeah.
performers.
There's a lot. There is a
people.
lot.
Yeah.
I know that because on the website it said it's sold out.
I did see that. Yeah.
So
we just estimated. We needed a round even number, 1,000 people.
Oh.
Okay, so let's say there's 1,000 people. All right.
I'm sure there's more. But yeah, okay.
Okay. So out of those 1,000 people, how many of them right now you think are wearing butt plugs?
Butt plugs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Because I mean, you could hide that pretty easily if you
Yeah,
really
you
wanted to.
Could. I mean, yeah.
I'm just
I
saying,
mean,
you really
We
could.
agreed, Melissa and I agreed that we're
Okay.
pretty sure the number's not 0.
no.
Right.
Definitely,
That's what I'm saying.
definitely
Zero.
not.
But that was make this place kind of interesting because we know it's not 0.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why
Oh,
we're like,
great.
just, and it, again, we'll never know the real answer. We're
No,
just
you'll-
kind of sitting around, kind of just.
I'm gonna say percentage-wise, or are you talking about people?
Whatever. You can do percentage.
or number, whatever.
I would probably say maybe 15%, maybe.
Damn, that's
All right.
good.
Maybe.
That's a high one.
I mean, because a lot of people, like.
You don't even know. You just know
I
to
don't,
know.
but
150,
I mean, I've seen a couple of people with furry costumes on it.
Oh, sure.
Could be.
So
Easy.
they're probably, their tails.
Well,
Could be.
I mean, look what he's selling. I bet you that guy's got one going on right now.
This one, he probably does.
He probably does.
I mean, you could probably ask him. I'm sure he
Oh, I
would.
will. No,
Yeah.
we're
Oh,
totally
wait,
get them to come
it's
over.
going to happen.
Oh, it's gonna happen. Oh, okay.
Yeah, totally. We got it.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
for him, that's like an occupational thing. He's got to know these things. That's marketing.
Yeah. I mean, if there's anything else that you want to add,
I'm literally
like I
a
said.
foot and a half from a butt plug. My head is like a foot and a half from
So
a
where are you
glass
from?
butt
Where are you
plug.
from?
I'm actually from Buffalo, New York.
Okay. All right.
So-
That's good. We were wondering how far people were coming. We're both from Rochester.
Okay, Buffalo. I'm from Buffalo. I know a few people from Buffalo. I know some people from Rochester that are here too as well.
Okay. So what is the scene like? This kind of scene like in Buffalo? Is it a big scene?
Oh,
You
yeah.
Find it? Yeah.
Quite a big scene. There's a couple groups starting up. I actually run my own group, kind of.
Cool.
So I do one out in Buffalo, but that's just me. It's not very big, but it's just it's a start. But anybody can join.
Is it like a cross-dressing group or what?
No,
what
it could
kind
be
of thing?
anything.
Anybody?
It could be anybody.
Anything?
Yeah, anything that
Just want to hang out.
Yeah, anybody that wants to hang out. I usually put it on FetLife. I don't know if you guys are.
I've heard of it.
Okay.
I've heard of FetLife, but I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scared the fuck out of
That's
me.
just a platform for like, the fetish
Fetish
community.
community. Mhm.
So like pretty much, probably 90. I'm gonna say maybe 95% of the people, maybe not 95%, but majority are probably gonna find out through that.
Okay.
That's how they probably found out about the convention. But there's other platforms too.
Well, we got an email.
You got a what?
We got an email. We got invited.
I don't know.
I don't even know how it
Years ago.
happened.
I don't remember
I don't even
how.
know how it happened.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
remember.
I mean, yeah, there's a bunch of littles here. There's, obviously there's littles, bigs, sadists, masochists, cross-dressers,
That old-
everything.
It's all of it's here.
Have you ever
Whatever
heard
you're
that,
into.
that old Shel Silverstein song, "Freaking
What
at the Freakers Ball"?
No.
It is being played on Stuart Burdessa Radio this
Freakers
weekend.
at the Freakers Ball.
And he basically goes through all of the possibilities.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Yeah, it's a great song.
we love
It's from the
that.
60s, or maybe early 70s, but
So, are you hoping to meet new people, or was that like? Are you here to see old friends, or?
I know a lot of people. Both. I mean, this is the first year that I came back since COVID, because
Yeah,
Right.
that was the other thing I was thinking about. Like, COVID's probably I was, I can't help but think to myself a little bit of like, wow, are people afraid of like getting together with other people because of COVID? Like, it's not just. I mean, we don't have just like like worrying about disease, sexual transmitted diseases and
Yeah.
stuff. Now we have fucking COVID.
Yeah.
We got all of it. Now we've got
Yeah.
this other disease that some of us might really get sick
I'm not
from.
gonna lie. I wasn't gonna really. I was more worried about the mask issue, because like at first they were like, oh, well, we're gonna enforce it, and then now when I was coming in the parking lot, I saw people that were coming into the event, and I asked, are they really enforcing it? And they're like, no. So it actually made my mind a little bit at ease, a little bit better, because like it would have been a deterrent if it was like that a little bit to me.
Oh,
but
okay.
That's my thing.
Is it
but-
because you want to be able to see people's faces? You want to
Exactly.
be able to be.
I mean, yeah. I
You
mean,
didn't
I'm
want to
not-
have to not wear one
Yeah.
yourself.
I mean, if you want to wear it, obviously that's fine. Like,
Of
I'm
course.
not, I'm not judging anybody for what they want to do. They can do whatever they want to do. I just, that's one reason why. That's one reason why I didn't come to Reef last year too, was because of that.
Well, we were going to.
all right, really, I'm going to get this all night. Yes,
Yeah,
I
this guy got
the
COVID
day
last
before,
year.
So we didn't.
Okay, yeah,
All night I'm giving you shit about it.
That's
yeah.
fine.
But yeah, like I said, I mean, it's, it's a unique, it's a good turnout. I mean,
There's a lot of. I don't know. Looks like a lot of fun people.
Oh, absolutely. No
Oh, yeah.
question.
oh yeah. I mean, I'm here. I'll be here all weekend. Well, at least till tomorrow sometime.
Yep.
But I'll be
us
I'll be
too.
floating around. I mean, you can always stop me and ask me questions. I don't care.
What's your name? What name do you use?
Do you want my real name or my
Whatever
fet
name you like to use. Whatever name you want to use.
My fet name is Adorable Little One.
Aww.
So that's my fet name.
I love that. Adorable little one.
It's weird that you say that because years ago I had like just my initials and a bunch of numbers. So when I go to kink events, people would ask me, "Oh, what's your fet name?" So I'd go, my initials and a bunch of numbers, and people were like, that's
I don't know what that means.
Yeah. They're like, I know this guy. It's something and then a bunch of numbers.
Yeah.
So then I was thinking of names, and I'm like, okay, well, at the time I was a little, so I'm like, well, people were like, oh, you're adorable. So I'm like, all right, well,
I guess I'm adorable.
And then I'm a little, and I'm only myself, so I'm adorable little one. So.
All right, adorable little one.
All right.
Right here talking to us.
Awesome.
Yeah, and that's how it stuck. So, I mean, like I said, I pretty much do little stuff, more starting in the cross-dressing. But,
See, no, I didn't even know much about the little thing. I'm learning that. I just learned about that really today.
Okay.
Like, I mean, I knew a little bit about it, but I didn't really know about it. And then I was like, I saw that there was an event, like people were going to hang out and coloring. I'm like, I love hanging out and coloring. But I'm not a little. Can I hang out and color with people?
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I don't know.
absolutely.
That's what he said. He's like, oh, I'm sure you could go hang out with people and color.
Absolutely. Just from my experience, just because even though you're little, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be a little.
Right.
I mean,
right.
I know adults can color too as well.
I fucking love coloring.
And it doesn't matter. I mean,
What do they
littles
say?
is
Get out of
just
here, you're too big.
Yeah, get out of here. You're too big.
No,
You can't be with
there's
the little.
no, there's
like,
not.
I want to color with you guys. You guys look fun.
That's one question that people always misconstrue about littles. It's not, you don't have to be. You can be whatever you want to be.
Oh, all right.
You don't have to, you don't have to be. You don't have to call yourself a little. And there's middles that color. I mean, there's different ranges. There's middles, teens, age. I mean, they just actually had a class in the littles room about caregivers and all that stuff.
Oh, interesting.
So it was like, and they were doing like an open forum about like how caregivers and all that stuff, how they interact, what they do to like as far as like how can I say, like self-care for themselves, all that stuff. So like, I mean, they were giving information on all that stuff.
I love it.
Well, we knew that this place this event is a lot of it is with workshops and
I did
teaching
notice
and
that.
learning,
Like, even if you're not like into, if you're not into, orgies, you're not into like doing other, like there's so many other things that if you just want to learn how to be a better sex partner,
exactly,
for you and your partner,
exactly,
you could do that.
Yeah,
you can go to a class. I think they talked about like poly classes. So if you are interested in the poly experience, you can learn more about that.
Like I said, I've been around for so long that I'm still learning to this day.
Aww.
I mean, you're never gonna stop not learning.
Yeah,
I mean,
Who wants that?
there's so much. I mean, that's why like if anybody, that's why if you're not sure of something, ask. I mean, like I said, the one guy that I know very well that was doing the littles, he said there's no such thing as a stupid question, and there really isn't.
Right.
I mean, and if I don't know the answer, I've been around long enough where I can actually find somebody like in the kink community that I could find the answer for you.
Right.
So like if I don't know it, I know somebody else that's like that runs a group that's very well known that's in Rochester, and I can
That's kind of cool. I mean, it's like they're really looking. You really look out for each other.
Yeah, I mean, you got it. There is a close family. There are those people we have to like watch out for, but I mean, that's everywhere you go.
Yeah.
It's not like you just gotta make sure you have like your safe words and like a plan.
Well, now you have one.
Peanuts.
You didn't have one before.
Peanuts
Just
or
for this weekend, anyway.
I mean, or maybe dildos. I don't know.
Give me whatever you want.
I mean, there is a
could be
guy
dildo.
over there that's selling pasties that actually chatter.
Oh yeah, he showed those to me. Those are hilarious.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I said if I had the
They
so
look
there's
like
a guy
skulls.
there's a guy over there who sells pasties that
Look
are
like skulls.
so fucking hard. I don't think we could have sex because we wouldn't be able to stop laughing about it. It would just be like
He
laughing.
Actually, I mean, I don't know if I can
I
tell,
would
but he said, I don't know if I can tell, but he said he had a story that he had to actually call an ambulance for something.
Yeah, he
'Cause
said that to me.
They were laughing so hard that he had to.
They had an asthma attack.
Yeah, and it was like, okay, he's like, it's
pretty
funny
funny.
though. Yeah, it is funny though. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's all everything is a learning thing. Like I said, there's workshops going on. There's obviously you've seen a couple furries around.
Yeah.
Which I asked the guy if he was hot. He's like, no, I got 2 cooling things in there. So I'm like, okay.
Oh yeah. I've
like
worn
ice
one
packs.
of those before.
Like ice packs.
Jesus.
Well,
I wore a mascot costume once, and it came with a fan.
Yeah.
Okay.
It had a fan on the
Yeah, it would
inside.
have to be
yeah.
something.
Oh
Yeah.
It was Peter
I've actually,
Rabbit.
2 years ago when I was at Reef, I actually took a picture with somebody that was in a furry suit, and he had a real mask, and it actually moved. It was pretty cool.
Those are expensive.
I asked him, I said, was it,
Are you into it or are you into it? You know what I'm saying?
I gotta admit, some of those dildos over there, damn.
The time, the effort, the expense. Good doms know that aftercare is important for maintaining a vibrant, healthy submissive. Even if they're nothing but a no-good piece of shit, you can't just have someone kneel on rice in a ball gag for 2 hours and not do something after convincing them how worthless they are.
But aftercare is a drag.
It is a drag. That's why there's Subsoothers. Subsoothers is a service dedicated to taking the sting out of your dominance. We take care of the hassle of soothing, feeding, and even bathing your submissive, if that's what you decide they need. Look, BDSM is a lot like getting a tattoo. It used to be a sign that you were a rebel, counterculture, a real badass. But today, even your Aunt Kathy is up for a little handcuff action if she doesn't have to get up early the next morning. If you don't treat her right, she's going to move on to another dom. And training a new submissive is tiresome. Subsoothers takes the worry out of being a dom. Visit subsoothers.com and take a look at our subscription plans as well as one-time sessions. And at Subsoothers, you're in control. You can decide what kind of ice cream your sub gets, what kind of lotion goes on the bruises, and how many pillows they get. Or, if you're still on the douchey side of BDSM, we can decide for you. Go head on over to subsoothers.com before you're stuck trolling Starbucks for a new sub. Subsoothers, you humiliate, we alleviate.
Hi, random human who's here.
I'm a random human.
Hi, this person is a random human. Do you have a
Dave,
name?
This is Melissa.
Hi, Melissa.
Colin.
Dave. Colin.
Hello, Dave.
Hi, Colin. Colin's here.
Colin, so this is our first time here. Is this yours?
This is my 3rd time here.
Third?
So I haven't been coming. Some people have been coming since the very beginning, but I've just been coming for a couple of years now.
What's the very beginning? How long ago did this start?
I don't know. We'll ask Kathy the next time she
I
comes
want to
by.
say 10 years, almost 10 years.
10
But
years?
you'd have to ask, definitely ask one of the people who have been coming.
Even though Kathy won't come on the show, we'll ask her anyway.
We'll ask her anyway because Kathy will know.
Kathy will.
So what are our questions?
Oh, I can get to those. So, so far, you've been coming. So, I mean, is there a specific alley? Is there a genre? Is there a... I mean, I feel like what's your kink's a little too forward. We just met.
It is. It's fluffy.
Oh, yeah, I saw them. They're over there. I saw them.
Oh yeah, with the
Yes, you may.
fluffy with attached to the
Yeah,
to
the tail.
anal. Yeah,
It's
nice.
really...
nice.
It's not very fluff. Is it bendy?
No.
It's just a big fluffy tail.
Oh, it's just a big fluffy tail.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
It's a big fluffy
A big fluffy tail with
some weight to it.
that's fabulous.
Well, it's got to have weight or else it'd fly away.
Well, or it'd fall out. It's depending on your butt.
It's heavy.
So big fluffy tail with a
With a
plug.
with butt
kind
plug.
of butt plug.
That's fun.
Personally not a fan of the butt plug tails because
Perfect. Okay, I got a question for you.
Oh yeah, this is
All right.
like
So,
right on it.
like our the badges we have, yours has a number on it, right?
Yeah, okay.
So we've been seeing ones like over 600, and then we're figuring vendors and volunteers. So we just put a round number to 1,000 people here, give or take. But
no idea.
Right. But we wanted an even number.
We're gonna go. We think there's 1,000 people here.
1,000 people.
Well, that's pretty low then.
So
Yeah.
out of 1,000 people here, how many of them do you think have butt plugs in right now?
I don't know.
We were just taking random guesses. I mean,
I got one back in my room, but I don't wear it around.
Well,
You're not wearing it around, but obviously there are people probably walking around wearing it.
for sure.
Right.
we agreed the number's not
Well,
zero.
I mean,
we just
The number's probably not
probably-
zero, which makes me happy, honestly.
you could probably find some people wearing tails that are.
Probably.
But I started to say I'm not a fan of the butt plug tails because it doesn't line up correctly with the spine. You want to go with a garter belt tail.
Oh, that's the better tail. Are you a furry, or are you into the furry thing?
I mean, I'm not a furry. I just hang out with furries and
Hang
read
out-
furry webcomics and look at furry porn and draw it for money sometimes.
That type of furry. Okay, gotcha. All right.
Oh, and then our other question we ask everybody is, what's your safe word?
No.
No?
That's what I said in the
I'm not,
I know.
If you're not- if you don't-
honesty, and like my safe word is like, ow, no.
if you're not into consensual non-consent, where you're going to be saying no but not meaning it, which is something you should obviously discuss with your partner before.
Right, of course.
You can just say no.
I know. For me, it's like for my
Whoa,
partner,
whoa.
it's just like, no, stop that.
Yeah.
I mean it.
That's not... That
It's
defeats
not
the
sexy.
question.
I know it's not
Sorry.
sexy, but it's.
No, not you, her. I'm yelling at her.
I know he's yelling at me.
I'm not yelling at you. A lot of the ones we've had so far have been...
I'm not his partner, so he can yell at me. If I was his partner, you'd be like, "That's right, honey."
Yeah, right. That's true, actually.
It's true.
I've been food-oriented.
Our what?
The safe words.
Oh,
Some
safe words
people
are
have been food-oriented, which I thought was interesting.
I've always been told that the best safe words are ones that wouldn't come up.
Yeah.
So I guess
Right.
I guess food doesn't often come up unless you're into food play.
That's
Right,
yeah,
that's
we
what
were
you're saying.
talking
If you're into food play, then it wouldn't.
Everyone's good safe word is someone else's bad safe word. Or
Oh, sure.
Right, because
That's
we
why we're
said
asking.
pastrami, but somebody else might be like, "Oh, pastrami."
oh, pastrami. Yeah,
What if you have a pastrami kink?
I know in Rochester, I'm not part of RKS, the local kink society, but I have friends who are. And
Oh, are you a Rochester person?
Yeah, I am. From
Oh, okay.
Rochester.
So are we.
And I know they do like a peace sign as a safe word. Like if you're nonverbal for some reason, you can do
Oh,
a peace
that's
sign.
actually a really good
No,
idea.
if you have a
Oh, yeah, nonverbal.
ball
Yeah,
gagging
yeah,
or
yeah.
something
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
I think it's totally great to have a nonverbal option.
Actually,
But,
I mean,
like,
for many reasons, that's a good idea.
throwing up a peace sign is in certain cultures like very much a I'm having a good time
Right,
sort of thing.
right.
Like people do the throw up a face, do the peace sign.
Oh, that's true.
And it's like, okay, so you're
but
saying that like very commonly used as like I'm having a good time, that's your safe word? Okay.
But I could also see it meaning like I'm peacing out.
Yeah.
Peacing out
Peace
with
out.
this thing that's going on here. That's how I would look
Any
at it.
safe word, symbol, gesture, whatever has got to be talked about ahead of time.
Oh,
Yeah,
but I do
yeah.
really like the idea that you're saying a nonverbal one.
Oh yeah, I know.
yeah,
Some people often.
Hey.
Another one that I hear commonly is having an object like a bouncy ball or something that you're holding on to, especially if you're gagged. Or
that
tied
makes
up,
sense,
because
yeah.
you might not even be able to gesture if you're,
if you're tied up, right.
and,
true.
and gagged.
This
So
is complicated, man. This is way more complicated.
So
than
what do you-
I know, this is
complicated.
great.
like
that
what do
we're
you do?
learning.
You can't say anything because you're gagged. You
Right,
can't
and you
gesture
can't gesture
because
because you're tied up.
So you put a bouncy ball in their hand and they can drop it.
And that means
and
that's your safe word.
safe word.
Awesome.
This is complicated.
Hi.
I'm just so intrigued by what we're actually doing here.
Oh, so we're doing. So this is Dave. I'm Melissa. We have a podcast,
Okay.
and that's why we're here. We're here to talk to people about why they're here, and we just think it's great, and that's it. That's why we're here.
What's the premise of your podcast? I just walked up and started talking.
I know. I'm like, how is this like
I just walked up and started listening.
I know, thank you. I'm just listening.
So we actually like podcast OGs. This thing's been around for almost 15 years.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it originally got together, 4 of us. We just wanted another excuse to get together and drink. Right.
Legit, yeah.
Right, and okay,
We do talk
there
about
were some
beer.
really, ones where by the end you probably couldn't understand what anybody was saying, but it just morphed into whatever we feel like talking about. It's like, so from week to week, someone's read a book, we reach out to the author, we interview them on Zoom.
Okay.
We knew about this. We were supposed to come last year. Don't say it. We were supposed to come last year. I got sick. So, and so we come to this, and we just talk about this. We used to, when we got hooked up with Babeland, we used to review sex toys on the show. Just, it's whatever floats our boat at the moment.
That's probably how we got linked up with this, is because of our reviews of sex toys. So I see, did
loves
you
the
get a
fun.
corset from here?
I just bought this.
You look fabulous. We've been
I
talking
love
about
this.
how everybody we've seen put a corset on are so happy. Like every single human that's gone over there
Watching them, and they're just
and watching them try it on, and they're like,
The photo's wow, I can't.
I was like the
3D printer dude. That's
So I love the corset lady. Put the first corset on me, and then she's like, "Ooh, you're not as small as I thought you were." And then she's like, "Oh my God, I'm
such an
so
asshole, I
sorry.
just said that."
I didn't
And I was
mean
like,
to say that."
that's something I would say.
and I can slap
I love it. She was apologizing. I'm like, "It's fine.
It's fine.
I'm fine with who I am.
It's fine. I know what I look like. It's all good. It's all good. But no, every single person we've gone over there. So you got a corset. Is that a leather corset?
No, I
Is
did
that
the leather one. I got the satin one.
Okay. They're all so beautiful.
Yeah.
We like being next to
All right, so
corset people.
we got to do this. We got to do this to you guys because we're doing it to everybody. Okay.
All right.
Couple quick questions.
Okay.
So, what's your safe word?
I mean, we're still testing. We're still testing our boundaries. So
Stop.
we don't
We did say stop.
That's
It's
what we were
good.
talking about.
No, because I don't do consensual
Yeah, I don't know. We don't have a safe word yet.
We seem to be getting away from the food-based ones now. At the beginning, we had a lot of people doing food-based ones.
Oh.
We had peanuts, we had meatloaf, and pastrami. No, I'm not saying you have to have a food one. I don't know. Okay. Well, are you here tomorrow?
No.
Okay. Well, we still got like an hour or so, a little over.
I'll think of a safe word.
Yeah, if you want, absolutely. And here's
Maybe glass dildo.
Maybe egg whites.
No.
If we got to go with the food thing.
Okay,
That's a good one because it's so raw.
Broccoli. Or what's worse than broccoli? Brussels sprouts? Lima beans? I don't know.
Yes.
yeah, but if it's something you like, it's not like it's gonna make someone do it more. Like, oh, you said pizza more. I mean, it must.
It's confused a little bit.
All right, I'll give you the.
Definitely not leather or corset because that seems to be my.
Don't- 'Cause
that's
I've
your thing.
discovered
Don't do
that that's
devil
my
eggs.
thing.
So okay, so
Here's the other question.
Here's the other question we're asking. So, your badges have Friday on it, so you're just here today.
Yes.
But a lot of other folks have numbers, and we've noticed that like the highest we've seen is like 690. So give or take, the vendors and the volunteers, we just wanted a round number. We think there's 1,000 people here. Give or take, we just wanted a round number. So of those 1,000 people, how many of them do you think have butt plugs in right now? At this moment.
As we speak.
And we have no way of knowing. We're just to take like a survey kind of.
I would say 77.
Nice.
Oh, that's higher than mine. That's
Wow.
good. You're good. I love that.
Somebody else
Because I
has
have one.
50.
All right,
I
fabulous.
was way underestimated. I was going to say 17.
Oh, yikes.
Well, we knew it was more
Yeah,
than
but it's
zero.
early.
It is.
The day is young.
Yes.
Mine is young.
Weekend is young.
Oh, I just meant it this very
So
moment.
many-
Oh, sure. By Saturday, people,
Yeah.
So many butt plugs later.
Thank you.
So many
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's
You're
great, you
like
guys.
Red Island.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, guys.
I was I was really trying not to stare at her nipples that were like right on.
I know they were right there. They looked lovely, and I was trying to also not stare, but they were nice.
No, I know.
They were right in front of my face.
That's what I'm saying. They were like. And again, back to what's the protocol?
What is the protocol? It's like
because it's different if someone walking by, but someone who's like right there, and like we're sitting and they were standing.
Nipples there.
And you're having a conversation, so you got to do you got to look in the eye. That's just. Point.
I think I was just doing. Look in the eye. Just look in the eye. It's fine.
Oh, they were there though. They were looking right at me. It was like I had 4 eyes looking right at me, man.
And that was funny. She had a butt plug on right now.
What did she see? Think she was serious?
I don't know.
I think she was.
I think she was too.
She's walking around with her boobies out. I would think so.
Oh man, I hope so.
I'd be like, don't joke with that about me, woman. On next week's Bimbos, Brothels, and Bottoms, I'm cruising into Macon, Georgia for a little bit of Dixie Poon. Yeah, it's kind of racist, but that's what makes it so hot. I got a hankering for some sweet tea, and in this case, the T stands for Tammy, the belle of Scott Baio's House of Delight.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah, everyone knows Chachi's racist, but it's still hot. Then it's off to Cleveland for the annual Porn Fluffer Convention. Fluffers from all over the world get together to share tips, techniques, and tales. Watch me get fluffed by a pro. And finally, the last place you'd ever think to be filthy with twinks is a construction worker union hall. But Laborers Union 534 of Provo, Utah makes Grindr look like the Weather Channel app. Twink-a-dink-a-doo. Join me, Hans Pafian, this Thursday and every Thursday night at 8 for the next Bimbos, Brothels, and Bottoms, sponsored by Australian Pimp Lube right here on the Sex Network. So, you know what I think is not funny in a bad way. I just think it's just something I've noticed. I just think it's cool, cute. I don't know the right word.
Okay.
Right? We're just how we're sitting. We're here in the vendors area, right? And people are walking around like with shopping bags as if they were at Target. And I'm seeing there's like crops and canes sticking out of them, and like the person with the butt plug tail, and it's just really funny. It's like the shopping center for all your
kink needs.
All your kink needs. I just think that was pretty.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah, I dig it. I dig it.
So I thought that was. I was enjoying seeing that. It's like people. Sorry, I just need a beverage for a moment.
Because we're eating some popcorn.
It's ending up being my dinner. And speaking of which, the company or the business that has the butt plugs that are a foot from my head was talking to them, and they're going to come on some point, maybe today, maybe tomorrow. I'm going to get them on. They seem really cool. And all their stuff's glass.
Yeah.
So speaking of shopping,
I think I'm going to get one of the, I'm not going to get a butt plug or a dildo. But I'm thinking about getting one of the, because they have pipes.
They do.
They have pipes, so I might get a pipe. But I was telling my husband, I was telling him because we're right next to so I was telling him that even if you were into like dildo play or whatever, it's still really beautiful. It's like, I almost feel like it's an art piece. Like, I almost feel like you could put that out as an art piece if you wanted to.
So the ones I'm seeing, and I can see just about all of them. I mean, they're all clear.
Yeah, they're clear, but they look like
those Roller Girl.
Maybe it's partially because I like clear things anyway. Like I have a clear chair.
There are a gazillion like people who are making stuff like that. That's not clear. Actually, it's almost like we went to over the last summer. We went to the Horning Museum of Glass. Mm-hmm. And got a couple things, but I mean, all of the different ways, and they showed how they make swirly,
cool swirly
signs
and designs and stuff.
And they make dildos out of. Hey, your buddy's just leaving with his suitcases.
Suitcase of dildos?
No. Remember the guy you said you thought didn't really belong here?
Oh yeah.
He just walked by with 2 suitcases on rollers, like he was leaving.
Oh, maybe. Okay, so there's this one dude here. I might as well just say it. So there is one dude here that was walking around, and he just looked like he didn't belong here. He had on the thing. He paid for it.
Yeah.
He paid for it. He had on everybody who's here has a lanyard on, so you know that they are supposed to be here. And so he had a lanyard, but he wasn't with anybody, and he had his mask on, and he just looked like he kept walking around looking at people. I was like, maybe he's just a voyeur, but I don't know. I mean, I guess it's part of the kink world too, is that there are people who just like to watch. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too judgmental. Maybe I'm being judgmental in a way I didn't really realize I was.
And then there's people who like watched, and those. That's all about.
It's actually really cute.
Which?
I don't know.
That old guy?
No, no, not that guy.
Oh.
He still kind of freaked me out. No, I think it's kind of cute, like to see people just being open and like about whatever they're into, and people are dressed in all kinds of ways, and
that's true.
And I don't know.
People are dressing in all kinds of ways.
I don't know. It just makes me happy to see people being happy. I guess it's the same kind of thing as looking at people trying on corsets and realizing how happy they were to wear a corset. And just everybody's walking around and they're just really happy.
Yeah, you don't see, this is a weird thing. You don't see too many people walking around here sad.
No, nobody's sad.
That's what, well, I don't know. You just see someone with like no affect, but that could be, literally, that could be a spectrum thing, kind of,
I might have a headache.
Yeah, but dude, if I got a headache, I'd go lay down or something. I wouldn't be
here.
You got whips cracking off. You got the DJ over here. You got two assholes at a table doing a podcast. I mean, I would. There's no way I'd be.
We're the worst.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. There's no way I'd be. If I had a headache, I would not be wandering around here. That's for sure. No, not at all.
Stuart Vanessa.
Hi.
Hi. Who are you? What is this?
We have a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're recording a podcast right now.
Awesome.
Not live.
Not live. We're not live.
Okay. That's where I'm smelling the popcorn from. It's you.
No, there's in the bar. There's a really adorable young man selling popcorn in there.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
What do you guys talk about?
We talk about today we're talking about sex
or
whatever else, erotic arts, and why people are here and what people's safe words are. And do you want to tell us your safe word?
Depends who I'm playing with.
Oh, does it depend on who you're playing with? What the safe word would be, so it would change?
What was your last safe word then? How about that?
Oh.
Damn it, I need a safe word from you. Give me something.
Well, what was it? Oh, the last lady I played with had a weird one. It was like watermelon or like... It was a piece of fruit.
Oh, it was a piece of fruit.
I remember that.
A lot of them
we've been talking about food. A lot of people who've come by here have said it's a food-related thing.
Me, I keep it simple. Like I usually use red or...
Red? You said red?
Yes.
Oh my God, somebody else said red.
Okay.
Wow.
It really makes sense. Red is for stop.
Red stop. Yeah. See, I was saying... I honestly would just say fucking stop. And I would go, no, I fucking mean it. Knock it off.
Okay.
And I'd have to look.
Right, yeah.
That's what I would say, Mark.
Yeah, if I'm playing with somebody who's like newer or straightforward like that, I'm totally with it.
Yeah, I would just say fucking stop.
It's always easier to do that sometimes.
I don't think you quite get the gist of why you need a safe word.
I know.
If you're getting angry about it, I don't think you're in the right place.
Like, if it's too hard, but you like what's happening, you should probably just say, like, orange or yellow or...
Yeah, maybe I need a different word.
Yeah, but fucking stop. Or, like, wanting to call him a bastard. I mean, I think you're in the wrong dungeon.
Because the safe word means, like, you stop. Like, completely stop.
Like,
the whole thing is...
stop.
Yeah, the whole thing.
You have to get emotional about it.
Like,
I'm getting emotional.
Well, I mean, like, if you started in that situation to begin with, you kind of knew it was good. If you needed a safe word to begin with, you knew something might get a little weird, like taking it personally.
Yeah, that's true.
So you guys play or what?
Oh no, we podcast.
Yeah, that's our play.
That's our play. We're playing right now. This is what we do.
All right.
So you're not.
I'll ask him the question.
So you're not going to the dungeon later or tomorrow?
I'm not going in the dungeon room. But can you tell me something though? Do people wear masks in the dungeon room?
Like COVID masks.
Like COVID masks. Like, are people concerned about COVID? Because that's actually like a legit question I've been wondering about with people.
I've been places where yes, I've been places where no. I mean, it depends on the place, the venue, really.
Right.
And people's personal level of comfort or whatever.
Right.
In a bigger group setting, I would probably say you might want to wear a mask. I don't know.
Because so my thought was, and I mean, I'm not a doctor because I have a podcast, so clearly I'm not a doctor.
I play one on the internet.
Yes, you do.
You could be a doctor.
I could be, but my thought was, okay, so if you're playing with people, like you're gonna have things happening and fluids and things and stuff, but that's not in your mouth necessarily. Right. So I feel like maybe you could fool around and still wear a mask, and maybe not get COVID because COVID's through the air, isn't it?
Yes.
Man, I sound like an idiot.
No, you could. You could have
right, that's what I'm
sex.
saying. Like, I feel like you could still like basically have sex with somebody and not get. You wouldn't necessarily get COVID from them if you have a mask on.
Yeah, sex from behind or something. Or
Right. Then you wouldn't even be close to their face.
Yeah. True.
All right, now I have the answer. I've been waiting for this answer all night. Thank you for telling me.
Some people like masks. They have a mask fetish, so it might work out.
See, okay, this is going to sound weird, but I have a 22-year-old son, and right now he's living with me, and he knew I was coming here tonight, and so we actually talked about that this morning.
You could have brought him along.
No.
No.
That'd be kind of pushing it on the mother-son kind of level, probably. But we were he did want to know about the mask thing. He's like, do people wear masks in the sexy room?
If you walked him
I don't know.
around
I'll ask them.
If you walked him around on a leash, I would agree with you.
That's true.
Yeah, but
that's true.
I would totally bring Julia.
That's true. No, you have a good point. Actually, you both have a good point.
There's some mother-daughter people here. There's some multi-generational groups here.
No, that's what I'm saying. I stand corrected. I'm gonna say I stand corrected.
Personally, my family would never, but so I don't know how to feel about it. But I'm like, on one side, I'm like, that's really cool. On the other
do you
side,
have kids?
No.
No.
I meant like my parents. I would never go somewhere with my parents like this.
Oh God, no.
So it's kind of like,
God, I would love to bring my mother here.
Okay, his mom's actually really cool.
Yeah,
that would be fucking hilarious.
Some parents are really
that
cool.
would be a gas, man.
Oh my God, let's bring your mom here next year.
She wouldn't come.
Maybe she would
She'd
come
be like,
though.
No. All right.
Sorry.
David.
Sorry, not sorry.
I take it she's single then.
She is.
She is single. She is single and ready to mingle.
She's not.
Connie,
Totally
let's
not
get
ready.
her out. Older
Just to see her
kids.
reaction.
People want to have sex with older people.
Yeah, it's true. I've had some older people, but not
Right?
maybe like
I
10,
know.
Totally bring
10,
her.
12 years
She
older.
won't do it.
10, 12 years younger. That's kind of like,
I mean, whatever.
I'll just get that eye roll and sigh I always get whenever I give her one of my ideas.
So what's your name? Or what's the name you like to use here?
I am Atomic Fox.
Atomic Fox?
Right.
Fabulous.
You call me Fox for short, or
Okay, so fine. Here's the other question.
I like that
we're
name. That's a
asking
cool
everybody.
name.
Okay.
So, we just did a quick guess, looking at numbers on lanyards and stuff like that. We wanted a round number. There's 1,000 people right now.
about
Volunteers, people who work here, all
Of
the
those 1,000 people, how many do you think have butt plugs in right now?
At this very moment.
At this very
right
moment.
now, without knowing like their dynamic or whatever, I don't know. I'd say at least 10.
We were like, well, we know it's
I
not
just
zero.
think it's awesome that we know that it's not zero.
Yes,
And
definitely
somehow that
not
makes
zero.
me really, really happy.
It's definitely not zero.
I like to know that there might be at least 10 people. That'd be awesome.
Maybe this lady has
Boba
it.
Fett might be.
You could just start asking people, like, you have a butt plug?
Well, one person actually did say that she had one in at the moment, but I couldn't tell if that was a joke or not.
Oh.
Because it could have been really either way. I don't even know.
Could have been.
We were talking to one of the organizers, with not recording, and we were asking, because again, this is our first time here.
Oh, okay.
And we were like, so what's the protocol about interacting with folks and like actually even just looking at people. Like as people walk by, I mean, and it was she. Basically, to some, she just said, "Don't be a creep," which is generic. But
I mean, duh. I mean,
well, you be nice.
I still think that's what's a creep to one. You know.
Well, you could always just ask and be like, "Hey, do you mind if I talk to you for a bit?" You could start off with that.
I feel like it's not just that. You're like, and people are dressed up because they like to be looked at, right?
Yes and no.
Yes and no, but maybe somebody doesn't. Okay, that's actually a good point because maybe it's not about that. Sometimes people just
see
they feel comfortable there,
right?
Whether you like it or not.
Some people are in like the fursuit just to be in the fursuit. They don't really want people running up to them and touching them, maybe.
Oh, I would never anyway. That seems. I mean, that's like touching a pregnant woman's belly. That's just fucking rude.
No, yeah.
You don't do don't do that shit.
But I mean, just walking up to somebody random and going, "Do you have a butt plug in?" I still think it's a little over the line here. I mean, there's a lot of shit going on.
Given the background, I would find it hilarious, but yeah, randomly probably.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna smack it.
Right. And there's a lot of weapons around here too. I don't want to fuck around too much, man.
I think
there's a guy. We're hearing whips and shocks behind us. I don't want to screw around too much.
He's got some nice whips.
I understand. I just don't.
They're all nylon though.
Yeah.
There's no leather whips back there. But.
Does it matter?
Yeah, it
nylon
does.
or leather?
If you're a cow.
Oh, it does. I mean, if you care about
leather is more finicky to take care of.
But you see my baseball glove.
I think leather is a better feeling and a crack.
Right, it's got that good crack. Sounds sexy.
He does the nylon really well. All those things you hear of nylon back there, and you'd be like, whoa.
Really? I thought those were leather.
No.
I just see him waving some shit around in there. I don't know.
That's cool.
He's got some nice floggers, yeah. So have you ever done any kink stuff ever?
Well, I have a past, but not the last 15 years or so. No.
Okay. Was that with any toys or just spanking or
No, I was I had some fun times in my last marriage with some other people's and fun times and stuff, but no.
So threesome swinger level type stuff?
More like that kind of thing, but now not so much anymore. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just I'm a different person. I'm a different person now.
Right.
But I'm fascinated by human beings. I'm fascinated by culture, by subcultures.
Okay.
I love talking to people about what other people do in the world, because I'm fascinated by it.
Okay.
And that's why I'm here.
Awesome.
Because I want to talk to you and other people.
You guys have a room here.
Do we?
No, not
next year though. Next year, we're getting a room next year. That's what I said. Next year we should get rooms, because then we could talk to people and stuff and learn more about them.
Right. Just hang out with them.
I know, I can hang out and stuff. Yes. I can smoke weed in my room instead of having to go outside all the time.
I noticed they're selling bowls right next to you. The next table over.
I don't know.
Oh, I'm going to buy one before I leave because I'm going to support.
Smoke in the rooms, though, dude.
Yeah, you probably.
Yeah. Sorry, you're outside anyway.
You don't want to pay that $150 smoke fee, whatever it is.
That's what I'm saying.
We'll get you on that.
Nobody likes that guy. Don't be that guy.
Cool. Yeah, I'm not too into the swinger scene. I mean, I've played with couples before, but it's not something I seek out, really.
So, are you here for fun, just for funs, or hoping to meet some people,
get some stuff, get some equipment, check out some of the events. I know some of the people throwing it, so kind of support the community.
So you're more a support of the community kind of guy.
I guess. I don't know.
But maybe having some fun at the same time.
Right.
I love that.
I do have a dungeon band, but I was going to play tomorrow. I wasn't really going to play today.
A dungeon game?
No, in the dungeon.
Oh, okay.
I actually was a volunteer today. I volunteered all day.
Oh! He's number 667. Oh, man, that's a good one.
I could have been 666, but I was like, I don't know if I want that. So I asked for 667 the next one.
Too intense,
man. Oh, man, I would have totally wanted 666. That is funny.
I was like, yeah, someone might want that.
Someone's going to be really, really intensely want that.
Right.
That's a good point.
And
don't hide. Don't take that from
it's not my style.
Really going to be excited about that.
Plus, if someone's coming up trying to help you and they have 666 on their badge, you might feel some kind of way. I figured it might be better to have the 667 instead.
So you're volunteering, and what way do you volunteer?
I was helping in the back room with the performers, making sure they were ready, on schedule, water, food, taking food orders, getting food, bringing it over there.
Oh, that's awesome.
I helped the one lady make her thing that she jumped out of on stage.
Stagehand.
For that event, yeah. But
My daughter does that for like a theater though. Yeah.
There's a lot of theater people around.
Oh yeah.
They seem to like commingle there.
Well, I mean, I feel like it kind of goes along with a lot of this, though. And a lot of there's a lot of theater here, which is wonderful.
There's a beard guy getting a corset. That was it.
I know. Everybody is so excited about having a corset on. Look at that
There's
guy.
some really nice corsets over there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I've seen both men and women getting corsets on, and everybody seems so happy. It doesn't matter. Look how happy he is in his corset.
Right.
Look at you.
He's like,
Oh, you look fabulous. Damn. Look at you.
yeah. Come say
Now we
hello.
are harassing people.
No, he knows he looks good. I'm just telling. He already knows he looks good.
There was a lady there before. She looked really good. And she had a really great. It was purple and black. The coloring was like perfect.
No, it looks great.
The red does great for it. That dark red, that burgundy red, is like perfect for it.
I think it's great. I think that you've got the right one on.
I mean, that might be for later. You might have a different outfit.
Right. Totally.
So how many outfits do you have for this weekend?
Just one.
Just one outfit? He only needs one outfit.
I do. I only need one outfit.
I'm still stuck at home dressing for tomorrow.
Yes. You might see me in a different outfit tomorrow.
I might have to bring my parka.
Your parka?
Yeah, I'll have a better outfit tomorrow.
It's not, I don't know. It's not too bad. You gotta get up and walk around.
Well, that's true. That needs to happen soon anyway.
If you let some lady spank your butt, you'll get real warm real fast.
No. Yeah.
I mean,
I
you could. You could.
I'm a bleeder, man. I don't know if that's such a good idea.
I won't tell your wife.
Yeah, right. Well,
I won't tell your wife you got spanked.
how come you're not sitting down? I don't know. I just feel like standing.
Perfect. Right.
Thanks. You're welcome. Nice. That was part one of our time at the Rochester Erotic Arts Fest 2023. Next week, we'll do part two, and then we'll go from there. We'll see what happens. So thanks for tuning in. You can subscribe to our podcast at all the places you get your usual podcasts, Stitcher, Apple, the iTunes, all that jazz. You can want the RSS feed, you can go right to stuartbadasso.com and grab it, as well as our 24-hour radio station that's playing music right now as you listen to this. You should go check it out. So, again, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next week with more from REAF. Take care.
It's hard being hedonistic these days. Everyone's so uptight. People talk a good game on the internet, but when it comes down to getting down, there's only posers to be found. And there's never enough hand sanitizer. That's why we started eorgy.com. At eorgy, you get to talk to like-minded people who just want to get naked and roll around with a bunch of others.
Apparently, on Craigslist, orgy means Nazi rally. That really sucked. But at eorgy.com, I found my 7 new orgy buddies. There's Tall Guy, Groovy Boobs Chick, Crazy Butt, Sir Moans a Lot, and Lefty, The Nibbler, and Tara Reid.
Bask in the glow of your first orgy from eorgy.com and get a free orgy overnight bag. eorgy.com. It's glorgious.